Hello, everybody. Welcome to Live at 5. It is Thursday, March 14th, Pie Day. So, shout out to all you waitress fans.
Yes.
And other pie eaters. Yes. I'm Beth Stevens.
Or people into math, you know.
Okay, you win.
I'm Ryan Lee Gilbert.
And we're here in the studio with Ms. Caitlin Moynihan.
Hello.
And we have one of our favorite people here today with us.
Truly, a Broadway.com beloved Jason Danieley is here, and he's going to be talking about the cancer support community as well as his time in Pretty Woman, of course. And
we have lots to talk about. We're going to talk about running. We have a lot to say, but first, our top 5.
This guy definitely knows what dreams can do.
Yes, he does. And we are talking about Jason Donovan, of course. He will be returning to his roots in the new West End staging of Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat. He will be playing the Pharaoh in the upcoming production. Of course, he played the title role in the 1991 production at the London Palladium, which is where the show is going back to.
Look at that.
Right? Isn't that sweet and nice?
Full circle.
It'll be playing an 11-week run at the London Palladium. It'll begin June 27th, and it will play through September 8th. It'll officially open on July 11th. We also know Sheridan Smith will be playing the narrator in this production, which will be directed by Lawrence Connor. What else would you know Jason Donovan from? Many things. The Rocky Horror Show, Chitty Chitty Bang Bang, Annie Get Your Gun, The Sound of Music, The King's Speech, and $1 Million Quartet. Additional casting for this production is yet to come, but very exciting.
I'm so proud of you for not saying go, 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 or anything like that.
You know,
that was very, very impressive.
Straightforward.
There you
go.
Go.
Just giving you all the
Keep
facts.
the train running. There you go.
And be sure to see this cast before they disappear.
Oh,
okay, we're going to stay in London for a second.
Yep.
Thank you.
Yes,
well
shout out to Moynihan
Thank you.
for her jazz hand / magic trick.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking about the Illusionists in the West End. So they have some casting news. You ready?
I am.
Okay, this begins performances at the Shaftesbury Theatre on July 6th. The company will include, they all have these names with like the quotes around them.
Right.
You ready?
Yes, they're all the things.
The Showman, James Moore. The Unforgettable, Enzo. The Manipulator, Jin. The Futurist, Adam Trent. The Mentalist, Chris Cox. Do you think this is on their passports? I don't know. The Trickster, Paul Dabick. And the Daredevil, Jonathan Goodwin. What are you, Ryan Lee Gilbert? What are you?
You know, the Rogue. That's
Rogue.
That's what I'd call myself, right?
I like it.
No
I like it. This will continue its run in the West End through September 1st. So head to London in the summer to see the Illusionists.
And the full cast is set for this upcoming off-Broadway revival.
Yes, we heard about Sam Shepard's play The Curse of the Starving Class being revived at Pershing Square Signature Center. Tony nominee Terry Kinney will be directing this production, and now we know who will be starring.
Tell us, Ryan.
Maggie Siff will be in the show alongside Lizzie DeClement, Flora Diaz, Giles Geary, Iso Pritchett, Andy Rothenberg, and David Warshofsky will be joining the cast. The show will begin previews on April 23rd. Will open on May 13th at the Pershing Square Signature Center. If you are not familiar with Curse of the Starving Class,
it's really good.
This is what it's all about. It follows the Tate family, who are living in a stagnant, unhappy existence in rural California and are desperate for a change. It's a Sam Shepard play. You probably
really sounds uplifting there, Ryan. Thanks for selling it to us.
Right. It will run through May 26th at that theater.
And it's a hit.
Wow, you're on the ball today. You really are.
I'll try my best.
Obviously, we're talking about Merrily We Roll Along, which is playing off-Broadway at the Laura Pels Theater. That's a Fiasco Theater, reimagined production with very few actors playing all the roles. It has extended for an extra week. So it was announced to run through April 7th, and now it will run through April 14th. Check it out.
It's a buzzy little production.
It's buzzy.
Yeah, absolutely.
I like it. Hey, Ryan.
Yeah. Well, we have
anything
one
else
more,
to say?
we have one more news story.
Oh, we do.
One more news story.
Oh, yeah, we do. And I wanted to tell you what else on the site. I'm so excited about it. All right, go on, Ryan. Tell us about this new. This is exciting.
This is exciting.
Do you want to tell us your thing?
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Come on, do your thing.
All right. This Broadway standout is making her playwright debut.
Yes, if you saw The Great Comet and you were blown away by Grace McLean, I have some really good news for you.
If you saw The Great
I'm
Comet,
one
you
of those
were
people.
blown away.
You were blown away by Grace McLean. She was a huge standout in that show, and she will be making her theatrical writing debut this summer with her new musical, In the Green. We'll have its world premiere with Lincoln Center Theater's LCT3 program. It'll be directed by Lee Sunday Evans, who did Bull in a China Shop. McLean will also star in the production. This is what it's about. It tells the origin story of one of medieval history's most powerful and creative women, Hildegard van Bingen, before she became a healer, a composer, an exorcist, and finally a saint. She was a little girl locked in a cell.
That's the way it goes. What a career trajectory.
Before she was a little girl locked in a cell with her mentor, Jutta. All right, so this will begin previews June 8th. It will open on June 27th at the Claire Toe Theater. Very exciting. Congratulations, Grace McLean. We're rooting for you. Can't wait to see this.
Okay, now, hey, Ryan.
Yes.
I want to tell you what else is on the site.
Please.
Because there's a lot of exciting things.
There are
Yes.
some great things.
First of all, Gideon Glick.
I already watched it. So great. Episode 2.
Episode 2.
What's the deal?
What's the deal? Gideon Glick's vlog backstage
So
at To
good.
Kill a Mockingbird. And our spring preview continues with King Lear, the 3 daughters from
Yes.
King Lear, which is Ruth Wilson, Elizabeth Marvel, and Aisling O'Sullivan.
So
Aisling
excited.
O'Sullivan?
I believe so.
Aisling.
Aisling? Okay, these
Aisling.
Irish
Yeah,
names.
Irish.
Oshland,
People.
That's right.
something.
We also have a first look at Shoshana Bean back on the Broadway in Waitress. It's Pie Day.
Inappropriate
It's
for Pie Day. Yeah.
We have Tootsie Press event photos, so rehearsal shots.
And another big night on Broadway.
Another big night on Broadway. It is so poignant that Jason Danieley is here because Kiss Me Kate is opening tonight, and of course Marin Mazzie starting
So
the last
exciting.
production.
Absolutely.
Kelly O'Hara, Will Chase, and the whole gang.
Corbin
Another
Bleu,
opening.
Stephanie Styles.
Corbin Bleu.
So many great people.
Happy opening to Kiss Me Kate on the Broadway.
All right.
Thanks, Ryan.
Let's swap me out. Let's get
We're
me
gonna
out of here. It's
swap
time
you
for
on out.
Jason Danieley.
Caitlin, will you tell us a little bit about our guest, please?
Gladly so.
Thank
yes.
you.
So Jason Danieley in the studio with us today. You may have seen him on Broadway when he was in The Full Monty, Next to Normal, Chicago, The Visit. He's currently on Broadway in Pretty Woman. But today he's here to talk all about the cancer support community, its upcoming gala. He's running the New York City Half Marathon, all in honor of his incredible late wife, Marin Mazzie. Be sure to follow him on social media to stay up to date on all things related to Pretty Woman and the cancer support community at Jason Danieley. And leave all of your questions in the comments below. Please welcome Jason and Beth.
Thanks, Caitlin. Welcome, Jason.
Hi, thank you.
It's good to see you again.
Good to be back.
This is like, I feel a lot of emotions talking to you today because we have a lot of deep things to talk about.
Yeah.
So let's start with the fact that you're running a half marathon on Sunday.
Yes.
Have
St.
you run
Patrick's
a half?
Day.
Have you run a half marathon before?
Yeah, half marathons are sort of my bag. I've run the New York City full marathon a few years ago, and I'll be running it again this November.
I saw you just signed up.
Yeah, so we'll talk about that when we get closer to that. First things first, March 17th, the New York City Half Marathon. I'm running with my old friend Brian Darcy James. Who I've
So
known.
Brian Darcy James is starring in The Ferryman right now. He's doing a 4-hour play, and then in his off time, he's running in the cold with you. Is that what you're telling me?
Yeah, that is completely indicative of the huge heart that Brian Darcy James
That's
has. We did Floyd Collins together back in '96 at Playwrights Horizons, and yeah, we kind of came up in the ranks together. And he's doing a monster of a role and a monster of a play, and I couldn't be more grateful for his partnership on this. He's run the Chicago full marathon, right? And also, did he do New York City last year for a cancer support community? So he's a long partner with a longtime partner of cancer support community, and so we've been raising funds for the last month.
That's amazing. Let me just tell you guys, if you want to also support the cancer support community, which is a wonderful organization that supports both cancer patients, but also their caregivers.
Absolutely.
Which is a wonderful thing
They
to
give
do.
over $50 million in free services in 47 different states.
175 locations. This is, just on a personal note, this is very close to my heart. My sister has been living with stage 4 cancer for over a decade.
What kind of cancer, if you don't mind?
Breast cancer.
Breast cancer.
Stage 4 breast cancer. So go to thecancersupportcommunity.org. Donate, volunteer, learn, get support, do your thing. But you're not just, clicking around. You're running. So that's a whole other level.
You know, the running part is really kind of easy compared to fundraising. I mean, Thank God for social media, and thank you for having me here to be able to plug Cancer Support Community's fundraising. And this is not the only thing that I'm doing for them right now as well. We're planning their annual gala, which is April 16th.
16th, and we just announced for you, with you, that Ashley Park is the first recipient
of the Marin Mazzie
Empowerment
Award for Empowerment.
Award for Empowerment. I like that.
And that specifically, there are a couple of other awards that we'll be giving out that evening. Marin and I received the Founders Award for Empowerment in 2016, and it's for people who are in the entertainment industry and sports who have a public profile that can use their journey through with cancer to bring an awareness to Cancer Support Community and all the things that they have to offer. So that's April 16th. Ashley's receiving it because
it's
Marin,
a personal connection, first of all.
Yeah, absolutely. They asked, the Cancer Support Community asked me who should receive it, and there was a short list, and Ashley was on it. And I just went beeline right to her because they were in The King and I together.
They were.
Mm-hmm.
And Ashley was just...
And Ashley's a cancer survivor as well.
She is, yeah. And she had been in remission for many years when they did that. And her heart is so huge, and that little, powerhouse of a body and voice, and her sense of humor is just as bawdy and as, fantastic as Marin. So they bonded on a personal level, but she was there to give Marin that support that only another person who has cancer knows.
Yeah.
Even living with Marin for 3.5 years and seeing and witnessing it, I don't know. I don't have cancer, and it's a tight and a strong bond. So I'm very, very happy that Ashley agreed to accept the award, and we're going to have entertainment that evening with a couple of Marin's good friends. Paying tribute to her through song.
That sounds good.
Yeah.
Will you be singing yourself?
I won't be.
Okay.
Maybe I will. I don't know. I might throw it in there. I'm trying to keep it short.
You know what? It doesn't matter. It's
I'm
gonna be entertaining.
presenting. I'm talking.
Yeah, you'll be up there. You'll be up there.
But Donna Murphy, Karen Ziemba, and Deborah Monk will be participating.
All the greats.
Yeah.
All the greats.
Some
and
great
friends.
broads. Yeah.
Great broads from the Broadway.
Yeah.
So I want to talk more about this, but I also want to ask, how's it going over at Pretty Woman?
It is just this big juggernaut. It's just train out of
going.
control, barreling down the hit rails.
Yeah.
Yeah. The audiences are packed and loving it every night, standing on their feet. It's a great. Talk about community, the Broadway community, everyone, Broadway.com fans and fans of the theater who have reached out to me over the last 26 weeks. It's been incredible. And before that as well. Marin, when she received the honor of being inducted into the 2017 American Theater Hall of Fame,
big moment.
acknowledged the theater community and the fans for their support and compassion and love. It really helped her through a really difficult journey.
Marin was such a light. She just was such a light, and yet when she got her diagnosis, she immediately became so vocal about it to help other people. She really immediately, it felt like, turned it around to teach people.
Yeah,
and heal. I don't even know how to put it.
Yeah, Marin was a born leader.
That's true.
And when you could ask anyone in any of her companies, she was the epitome of a gracious and strong leading lady. She watched out for everyone. And she continued that when she was diagnosed with ovarian cancer. One of the biggest things, and something that I'll be continuing to speak about, giving lectures through Cancer Support Community and other possible venues, is her power of positive thinking. She wanted to help people change the dialogue of being diagnosed with cancer as opposed to anything negative. And this is just for Marin. This is not for everybody.
Right.
Everyone has to deal with it on their own terms.
Sure.
But the idea of fighting cancer or a battle or anything that had a negative connotation, she changed it. She was living with it.
And she didn't use the word chemotherapy.
Right, she called it healing therapy.
I love that so much.
Yeah.
It's like I have a friend who doesn't call it acupuncture, he calls it acupleasure. You just change it in your mind. It just feels better.
It's true. It absolutely is true. Her surgeon, Dr. Abu Rustam at Memorial Sloan Kettering, said, your mind has as much, if not more, power over your healing as the science that I'm able to, help you with. And it's true. You keep that power, that positive thinking moving forward. It's a powerful medicine, and that's what she wanted to share was with the community, anyone suffering.
She didn't hide at all. She just spoke about it. She was very open, and the community embraced her right back.
Yeah.
The sunflowers were everywhere.
Yes, sunflower was her totem. It was her favorite flower, but also became her totem because the sunflower always turns its face toward the sun. And since she passed, I've changed our corporation name from something that was very inside, theater joke to now it's Sunflower Power Inc.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah, and moving forward, we're going to really talk about the power of positive thinking. I can sort of talk about what her journey was with cancer and mine as a caregiver, and as it's still unfolding.
Yeah.
The generosity, I kind of departed from talking about Pretty Woman, but the community at the Nederlander Theater is extraordinary. Their love and understanding of, you know what, can't do the show tonight. Yeah. I just need to curl up on the couch with Oscar and just
Oscar's a dog.
Ride it out.
Just so you know.
Our miniature. Yes, I found a young
I didn't want to don't shock anyone right now.
Our 13-year-old miniature schnauzer Oscar. But they've been
right. There's stresses for you and the grieving process and all of those things that you have to go through, and they're there for you, which is such a wonderful. It's not like other jobs.
No.
I've
never done another job, so I was fortunate that way. But it's I think because what we do, we're empathetic, we're sympathetic, we put ourselves in people, in the place of, try to put ourselves in other people's positions to understand, to be able to create a character.
Sure.
And the community's
part
been,
of it,
yeah, absolutely.
All right, we're going to take your questions, but first I have one really important question.
Yeah.
So when you run the half marathon on Sunday, who is going to cross the finish line first, you or Brian Darcy James? Just tell me now.
I don't know.
Are you just going to hold hands and skip across together?
Maybe we will.
Just curious.
I think if people are really that interested in following us, I'll come to my Twitter page or Instagram.
It's just your name, right? Jason
Danieley. Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm getting my bib number today. And if
you can follow along.
Yeah. We have to stop around mile 11. We're doing an interview with Amy Freeze, the meteorologist of ABC.
Okay, so you're not going to PR, as they say in the running game. You're not going to have a personal record if you have to stop for an interview.
No.
He's that fast.
but it's all for a good cause. It's all
absolutely.
All for a good cause.
That's the PR.
That's the PR. Oh, very good.
Yeah, we've actually raised over 4 times what they raised last year for Cancer Support Community.
And it's not over. You can still donate.
That's true. And it's not over on Sunday either. We're going to keep the donation page open and see if we can't make it 5 times as much.
Or more.
Or more.
Thinking big. Okay, we're going to take your questions.
Yes. So first things first is Lisa wants to know, going forward as you've been working with the Cancer Support community, how has it been just to see the effect that Marin has had on so many people and being able to just continue on in her honor and working with them more so? It's
been great and extraordinary. We have a fantastic therapist. Marin and I shared a therapist. And so going through the grieving process has been, I think, extraordinarily unique in that I haven't really stopped. I've dove in head, feet, everything first, working with the Cancer Support community. And it's really been therapeutic to do that because they're an extraordinarily compassionate group of people, obviously, because of what they do. But they're checking in on me. The president and the CEO are, sending me little emails to make sure I'm taken care of. But to see the outpouring of love for Marin, and if you donate, you get a little rubber bracelet, a teal.
Team Marin, is that what that is?
Team Marin, hashtag Team Marin.
Hashtag Team Marin.
And for ovarian cancer awareness, teal is the color for ovarian cancer awareness, the way that pink is for breast cancer. September is Ovarian Cancer Awareness Month. Yep. And in September, there's something going to be happening that maybe I'll come back and we'll talk about that.
You are welcome back anytime.
But we're going
to
raise the awareness of ovarian cancer specifically because that's what Marin suffered with. But yes.
Awesome. And so Amy's question is, can you just talk more about the Cancer Support community specifically and what makes them different and why you love working with them specifically?
Right, there are a lot of cancer support communities, not called that, but there are a lot of cancer communities out there.
Right.
How did you come to be a part of this one?
Well, as I mentioned earlier, we were given the Empowerment Award, and that's a really good way to get someone's attention, to give them an award. Oh, what?
Good job, CSC.
But also
Yes.
the sheer magnitude of what they do, reaching out across the country.
And they've merged with other organizations that people know about.
Right. Gilda's
Gilda's
Club.
Club.
Thank you. I was like
Gilda
Gilda's House.
Radner's.
Gilda Radner also died of ovarian cancer, as did Madeline Kahn. You know, we lost some great and funny, talented women
Yeah.
to a cancer that has no early detection test. And that needs to
And
change.
that brings us to your full marathon, doesn't it?
That brings us to the full marathon.
Let's go on to the full marathon. We haven't done the half yet. That's Sunday. We're looking ahead to November.
Right. Just in brief, because first things first with cancer support community, but I'm also working with Tina's Wish. It's an organization that was started a federal judge in the Southern District of New York. She was diagnosed and passed away of ovarian cancer, and her close federal judge friends started this organization to find an early detection test for ovarian cancer. So that is what I'm really honing in on, the ovarian cancer. And there's a speaking engagement in May that I'll be tweeting about. And but as far as what Cancer Support Community gives, is they help people get to their healing therapy, to their chemotherapy, help them with if they people have to take off work. You know, I was
Right,
like,
all the questions you may have.
exactly, anything. They're a resource, and they're a source of, well, where do you live? Well, let's find the closest X and Y that you could use.
So it's a support system that's also in your town, but also maybe online. It's both. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yes.
In short, I'm looking at
The
the
answer
Cancer
is
Support
yes.
Community team, and then yes.
They're right here, supporting you right now.
And also in 2016, Marin and I went to DC with CSC and with OCRA, Ovarian Cancer Research Fund Alliance, and to talk to Congress about finding federal funding for ovarian cancer research, as well as Kim Thibodeau, the CEO of Cancer Support Community, is on Joe Biden's Moonshot Project. She's on the council for that. So we're not; they're not just helping people on a personal level. They're trying to make
It's macro
policy
level, yeah.
change.
Yeah.
They have the capacity to make some big changes. So especially when finances and budgets change so erratically in recent times. We need to make sure that someone is there advocating for the cancer patient.
Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. Cool.
All right. Well, we have time for one more question.
Yeah, last question. Alex just wants to know, what do you think about while you're running? What do you do while you run? Do you listen to music or podcasts, or where does your
Yeah,
mind
we want to
wander?
know. What's your playlist?
It is well, I did a Spotify playlist that I think it's up on CSC's website, but I really don't listen to music anymore. It's really hard to listen to music. I listened to music for my whole life, and right now there's no joy in it, unfortunately. That'll change.
And it messes with your pace. I'm
It
just
makes
saying.
messes with your pace, but I use it as a form of moving meditation. If I go out for
You just listen to the chattering of your teeth. It's been cold. I'm just saying.
there's so much that just kind of purges out of your
Yeah.
psyche and your emotions that sometimes to put anything else in there, it just gets too noisy.
Do you run with Brian? Are you guys training together?
We ran once together.
Once.
We're running and we're texting him like, "You want to go for 6 today?" He's like, "I went for 6 this morning."
Oh, yeah, you're off
okay, I guess I
schedule.
gotta go. He's got quite a heavy load over
Yeah,
there.
I would
and
say.
I just try to keep up with them. I think we'll probably come across at the same time. Actually, our time is very similar.
They're just going to hold hands and skip, like I said. Guys, check out the cancersupportcommunity.org. Check out @ Danieley to follow along on Sunday.
Yes.
Follow his bib. That's his bib
Donate.
number.
Get a teal band.
Get a Team Marin band. How wonderful that Kiss Me Kate is opening tonight, and Kelly O'Hara is wearing the hat that Marin Mazzie wore
Yeah,
in
that's
the
what I hear.
2000 production. So it's a little tribute, which is wonderful. For another opening for them. Thank you for being here, Jason. Guys,
you
go
for
see
having
Pretty
me.
Woman. I know you already saw it. See it again. See it again. See it again. Thank you for being here.
Thank
Kate, will you
you.
take us on out?
Thank you guys so much for tuning in today. We are live at 5 every single day on Facebook. You can listen to us wherever you get your podcasts by searching for hashtag live at 5 and hitting that subscribe button. Be sure to tune in tomorrow. We talk to Schuler Hensley of The Ferryman.